In 2025, Walmart, America's retail heavyweight, dropped a bombshell. Prices were about to rise sharply, all thanks to a fresh wave of tariffs introduced by Trump. But this story goes way beyond just pricier avocados. While headlines screamed that Walmart was abandoning the U.S., the real story was far more complex. From big shifts in global supply chains to automation rollouts and political drama straight out of the Oval Office, this isn't just a retail update. It's a major signal about the future of American jobs, consumer spending, and the power struggles shaping the economy. Strap in. Here are 5 big changes showing how Walmart's transformation could rewrite the rulebook. The price explosion, Walmart lights the tariff fuse. On May 15, 2025, Walmart dropped a huge surprise. The brand long known for unbeatable prices was changing direction. CEO Doug McMillon made it official. Major price increases were on the way, and tariffs were the root cause. With Trump's import taxes on Chinese goods shooting up to a staggering 145% before finally settling at 30%, Walmart's famously thin profit margins took a hit. CFO John David Rainey didn't hold back. He confirmed that prices would begin rising in June, with steeper hikes coming by July, just in time to hit families during the critical back-to-school shopping season. And this wasn't just about exotic items. Everyday staples like bananas, avocados, and baby products were getting pricier. Electronics and toys, even worse. A Barbie doll, once priced at $10.49, jumped to $14.99 in just 1 week. Trump's reply? Walmart should absorb the cost. But anyone who has run a business or even managed a household budget knows that's unrealistic. Tariffs are, at their core, taxes. And when a company known for low prices is forced to blink first, it sends panic rippling through the whole supply chain. But rising prices were just the beginning. Walmart had already begun rewriting its global supply strategy. Supply chain, shake up Walmart, shifts gears globally. While Americans focused on higher prices, Walmart was already quietly redrawing its sourcing blueprint. Instead of relying on U.S.-based operations, the company started heavily investing in suppliers located in Vietnam, India, and Mexico. This wasn't a panic move, it was a calculated decision. Walmart launched internal strategies like Grow with US, which effectively replaced its previous Made in the USA initiatives. Their goal built a tariff-resistant overseas supply chain. Even product packaging got an overhaul. For example, aluminum was swapped for fiberglass, helping to dodge import duties and lower costs. Then came the automation wave. On the surface, the rollout of artificial intelligence and robotics across stores looked like innovation. But underneath, it was a strategic response, a way to handle rising labor costs and the pressure from tariffs. Critics slammed Walmart, calling the changes un-American. But company leaders had one focus: survival. They weren't walking away from American retail, they were trying to protect it. Because when tariffs turn U.S. manufacturing into a liability, even giants like Walmart are forced to evolve or risk collapse. And that evolution? It stirred serious trouble in Washington. When word of Walmart's global pivot reached President Trump, the reaction was immediate and furious. Behind closed doors, reports say he saw it as a betrayal of American workers. He even considered cutting Walmart off from federal contracts. Then came the public blast. Trump took to Truth Social to slam Walmart, demanding they absorb the tariffs and keep prices low. Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick shared the same opinion, insisting that businesses should handle the extra costs themselves. But economists were quick to challenge that view. Tariffs are taxes on imported goods, and someone always ends up paying, whether it's the company, the consumer, or both. Walmart didn't back down. CEO Doug McMillon stood by their dedication to American jobs, while also pointing out how thin retail profit margins really are. Still, the damage to Walmart's image had already been done. Many of Trump's supporters began calling the company un-American, even though it has long been a central part of American communities. The bigger issue? Trump had already gone after Harley-Davidson and General Motors. But Walmart is in a different league. It's not just a company, it's a pillar of the national retail economy. So if even Walmart begins stepping away from the domestic market, it's no longer just a business move. It becomes a bold warning that this tariff-based policy is quickly falling apart. And that warning was loud and clear in the company's most recent financial report. 4 cracks in the foundation. Walmart under pressure. Walmart's first quarter earnings painted a mixed picture. Strength on the surface, but warning signs underneath. The company pulled in $165.61 billion in revenue, thanks mostly to groceries and online sales. But profits were down. Although Walmart beat Wall Street forecasts, it only did so by cutting costs and rushing to import goods before tariffs kicked in. This wasn't a sign of strong retail growth. CEO Doug McMillon and CFO John David Rainey were clear about the situation. Tariffs were eating into their profits. A child's car seat made in China that once cost $350? Now it's over $450. Similar price spikes are looming for strollers, electronics, and seasonal goods. The shelves may still be full, but what's inside your shopping cart could soon cost a lot more. Parents looking for baby gear, tech lovers eyeing new gadgets, or families shopping for holiday items, everyone's about to feel the pinch. Walmart isn't alone. Major corporations like Mattel, the company behind Barbie, and Procter & Gamble, known for everyday essentials like Tide and Pampers, are also raising prices. It's not just a trend, it's a wave, and Walmart is surfing right at the front of it. But when Walmart moves, it's not just another corporate decision, it's a national signal. With over 3,600 stores and nearly 150 million shoppers every week, Walmart isn't just a retailer. It's a giant that touches almost every corner of American life. So when it tweaks prices or changes how it runs operations, the entire economy feels the tremors. At first, Wall Street reacted with caution. Stocks wobbled. Investors weren't sure what to make of the shift, but quickly they caught on to what Walmart was really doing. This wasn't panic, it was strategy. A lifeline built on automation, overseas sourcing, and artificial intelligence. By relying on robots, foreign production lines, and smart systems, Walmart aims to keep profits afloat in a stormy economy. But let's not sugarcoat it. While this pivot might help the company stay profitable, it may also come at a cost. A cost paid not in boardrooms, but in small towns and working-class neighborhoods. And consumers? They're starting to feel the burn. Confidence is dropping. According to recent surveys, about 75% of Americans now believe that tariffs, those extra taxes on imported goods, are directly responsible for their growing grocery bills. Walmart's change in course doesn't feel like a betrayal. It feels like a reaction to a system that's becoming impossible to sustain. Now let's talk about what really matters. When a company as big as Walmart restructures, it's more than just a corporate update. It's a shockwave that hits Main Street America straight in the heart. Yes, the price tags change. Yes, stores get high-tech makeovers. But for many Americans, the real story is happening behind the scenes. Workers are losing shifts, jobs are getting cut, families are losing stability. Across rural towns, Walmart's distribution centers are downsizing. Local suppliers are being dropped, cutting off crucial revenue. And regional trucking companies, which once hauled goods back and forth daily, now report fewer loads and less income. For many of these small communities, Walmart isn't just a big employer, it's the biggest. So when the company tightens its belt, the impact doesn't stop at the store entrance. It ripples out to affect home values, local school budgets, and even healthcare access. And when Walmart sources more products from overseas, the damage deepens. American manufacturers, once thriving because of Walmart contracts, now face bankruptcy. These were small businesses, family-run operations, or local factories employing dozens, sometimes hundreds of people. Walmart, of course, is also investing in the future. It's building tech-forward fulfillment centers and sleek next-gen stores with AI-driven layouts and self-checkout kiosks. But those futuristic locations come with a cost. They need fewer people. Fewer cashiers, fewer stock clerks, fewer warehouse workers. In this digital-first world, rural towns may get left behind, not because they're unwilling, but because they're being quietly phased out of the equation. Meanwhile, lawmakers are beginning to sound the alarm. They see the job losses, the shrinking tax bases, and the hollowing out of rural America. But instead of rethinking the system, former President Trump is doubling down, threatening to slap new tariffs on companies that move operations overseas. The idea is to force businesses like Walmart to stay American. But economists warn that this kind of tough talk could backfire, driving prices even higher and slowing the economy even more. And that brings us to the core question millions of Americans are wrestling with: do we want cheaper products made overseas? Or do we want stable jobs and local businesses, even if it means paying more? Right now, the average worker faces a painful trade-off: pay more or lose more. And as tensions rise, there's no clear answer. The road ahead is foggy, uncertain, and lined with financial potholes. The storefronts still remain, but the way business operates is changing fast. It's not just about having a physical presence anymore. Instead, it's about insourcing, adjusting supply chains, rethinking strategy, and shifting the very spirit of how companies run. We're clearly shifting lanes in the world of commerce. Tariffs were expected to bring factories back to the United States, but that hasn't happened. What they have done instead is force many companies to find ways to protect themselves, often by seeking shelter in other countries, cutting down their workforce at home, and investing heavily in automation technology to replace human jobs. Take Walmart, for example, the most American brand you can think of. They have now openly confirmed what many people were worried about for a long time. No catchy slogan or patriotic message can change the hard truth that spreadsheets and rising costs dictate decisions, especially when prices go up, communities suffer, and trade wars become more intense. Walmart's decision to pivot away from the U.S. might just be the first sign of a bigger trend. If the largest retail giant in America is looking outside the country to survive economically, then what's stopping other companies from following the same path? Now it's time to hear from you. Do you believe Walmart's move is a necessary business strategy to survive tough economic times? Or do you see it as a betrayal against the American workers who depend on those jobs? Should businesses be forced to take on the financial burden of tariffs themselves? Or is that just an unrealistic expectation in today's global economy? And what about the long-term consequences of increased automation? When machines replace local jobs, what happens to the towns and communities that rely on employers like Walmart? We want your thoughts. Drop your comments below. Every opinion matters to us, and your voice helps keep the discussion going. Make sure to subscribe to 3 Daily News if you want to stay informed on the latest updates about vehicles, economic shifts, and the hidden forces that influence entire industries. Thanks for riding along with us today. We'll see you in the next video. And before you go, check out the videos on your screen. There's plenty more fascinating content waiting for you to explore.